We turn now to sport, and to do so we're going to Bermuda, where the America's Cup Challenger Series is just over a fortnight away. The winner challenges Oracle, of course, for the Cup. Emirates Team New Zealand are there, highly fancied. The Swedes are back with Artemis. France and Britain are there. And so too is Japan. SoftBank Team Japan, whose skipper and CEO are the same man, New Zealander Dean Barker. Barker has built this team from the ground, basically, in the 2 years since he parted company with Team New Zealand. They're outsiders, yes, but in practice racing, they've beaten both Oracle and Team New Zealand.
It's been a really good opportunity for all the teams to check in, just to see where they're at. There's always sort of that, the thing where you're not sure how much everyone's really sort of showing at the stage. All the teams at various stages can be competitive, and if you're on the pace in terms of speed, then it really does come down to how well you sail the boat around the course. And we've seen a lot of close racing. I think at different times, different teams have probably been sailing better than others. And now, here we are 17 days out. We've got one more practice race series next week. Then we're into it. So it's coming around bloody fast.
Yes, speaking of bloody fast, you are, aren't you? All the boats are. What sort of top speeds are you doing, Dean?
The boats are really, they're really cool. They're always ripping around in very little wind. At times we're sort of sailing along, sort of doing 4 times wind speed, which is quite a cool thing. But the top speeds, I don't know of anyone sort of hitting 50 yet, which is sort of, I guess, that the mythical barrier that everyone likes to get to. But we often are seeing mid 40s, and you definitely know you're going fast when you're doing that.
Mid 40s, and if you're doing mid 40s, what's the wind speed?
You don't need a huge amount of wind to do that. Like we can easily hit mid 40s and sort of 13, 14 knots of wind.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And some of the manoeuvres, it's quite incredible. Like the boats are super powerful, and they generate a lot of power, and they're very, very efficient.
Yeah, very efficient, but you want more efficiency, right, and more speed. But the question is, with 17 days to go, how much do you tinker at this stage? Is there a risk of overdoing it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always that sort of difficult period where you're looking at what gains are left on the table, and you're trying to decide, the risk-reward equation, and whether or not you are brave enough to sort of try and take some more gains, which you think are on the table. But with every change you make, there's quite often an unintended consequence which you have to deal with, and you've got to be very careful with the way you do that. Reliability is still going to be a very important part of the racing, given that you've got a double round robin to kick things off, and then one of the teams leaves. So it's pretty cutthroat. And the races, we race basically race a day for the first sort of 10 days, and then once you're through that sort of part of it, it's into semis and finals, and obviously the winner of that goes on to race Oracle for the match. But yeah, it's obviously going to be very, very important. They're quick fire races. The duration's sort of down to 20 minutes, and and some days, particularly, if you get into the knockout stages, you can easily be doing 2 to 3 races a day. So any issues that you have are going to be a big problem.
Boy, 20 minutes is a quick race. Tell me about the start and the first mark. Have the people who've got the front at the first mark got the race? Is anyone winning from behind?
The start and first mark are very powerful. So if you can be leading at Mark 1, it certainly helps to set up the race. So you can choose really, I guess, the best route that you want to sail around the course, and then you're sort of really forcing the other boat to probably try and make something happen. So it is definitely an advantage to be in front at the early stages, but we have still seen a number of races where the lead has changed, often numerous times around the race course.
That's exciting.
So it's been great to be part of, and we really hope that we can put together a good showing when racing kicks off.
Dean Barker talking to us earlier. The production, everyone's sitting in the control room watching it, and Bridget said that's not a boat, it's a kite, and that's it exactly. It barely even touches the water, going in those mid-40s.